25 laps against a 14-minute clock. And after the flat tire, Helio Castroneves suffered early in heat number 1. He's on the pole in that black machine. Bobby Labonte is outside. It's Tony Stewart and that's Kenny Wallace in row 2. Here we go.
Helio Castroneves now with 4 properly inflated tires, trying to do his best. Not a big dirt guy, Helio Castroneves, but he's pretty good at car control. After being his teammate for a couple IndyCar races, guy still knows what he's doing.
He figured out he's still got it going on, huh? There's Bobby Labonte around the top into the race lead in that white Sport Clips machine. Castroneves and Kenny Wallace fighting for second.
One of the things I was most excited about tonight was seeing Kenny Wallace in person getting to wheel one of these things. I was excited to see him and see what he could do with all of his experience and incredible career he's had.
Kenny spends about 60, 70 nights a year behind the wheel of a dirt modified, but as he'll tell you very quickly, it doesn't drive anything like this.
He's also a great follow on Twitter. I've enjoyed following him on the internet.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
4 wide, 5 wide, who knows?
4th place on back. Stewart, Ernie Francis Jr., Clint Boyer using Jonathan Davenport and shoving him up onto that part of 1 and 2 that levels off up top.
Clint Boyer is ripping the top, as they say. I love to see it. And Jonathan Davenport, I mean, usually in these races, it is hard for people to move up from the back, but he has not even looked at the bottom lane of the track. He is staying up top and passing everyone almost as if it was easy.
So the view from Boyer as he now tries to get to the outside of Ernie Francis Jr. Look at him riding the rim.
The track is really getting racy and all kinds of different lines are working. I mean, this is fantastic.
All going on behind Bobby Labonte and Kenny Wallace. This is a big knot for 3rd on back, and they're all right there. Castroneves in the black car, Francis Jr. in the white, Boyer in orange, and Davenport in the lime green.
You can see the dirt inexperience with Helio, because if you see the front tires of his car in the center of both of these corners, he has turned hard left, where a lot of these guys with dirt experience, they are going to be using that right rear. They're going to be using the rear to slide the car, almost driving it off the rear tires. Whereas Helio, we're used to having a lot of front grip in our open wheel cars, and it's a challenge to get used to these different conditions.
Here's for the race lead as Kenny Wallace to the bottom side of Bobby Labonte. Longtime race fans might remember a very famous photograph of those two fighting for a championship a number of years ago in what was then the NASCAR Busch Series. Here they are racing again. They're very close friends, and this is a lot of fun for the both of them. And meantime,
I mean, look anywhere on the track and you're going to see something awesome.
Look at this mess. It's a fun mess.
Yeah.
So Clint Boyer has cleared that whole group. Davenport now has cleared it. It is Castroneves between Newman and Keselowski, with Tony Stewart behind both of them.
As the cars spread out too on this track, no one really seems to be having, enough speed to clear everyone easily.
Yellow flag is out, and that is just shy of 10 laps in our 25-lap heat race number 2. Are you entertained?
I am thrilled so far, and strap me in my seat. I'm ready to have another, couple hours of this.
Yeah, this racetrack has been fun so far, and we're just midway through our second of our heat races.
5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. At Camping World, we make seeing America fun and affordable. Take home this new Coleman Lantern or Rubicon for as little as $5 a day. 5, 10, 15, 20. Or this new travel trailer for less than $10 a day. $15 gets you a new fifth wheel. And for only $20 a day, you could drive off in a brand new motorhome. 5, 10, 15, 20. We make RVing fun, simple, and affordable. See America for less at Camping World. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Purdue University in Indianapolis. Innovating, instigating, persistently pursuing the next giant leap. Purdue University in Indianapolis, offering the only accredited motorsports engineering program in the U.S. Arriving fall 2024.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Get more from your morning routine. Make 20 cups of deliciously rich coffee with Coffee Mate at home for the price of 1 cup from a coffee shop. Coffee's perfect mate. Coffee Mate.
Oh, tell me, what do they taste like? I'm just a mascot without a mouth.
Chocolatey, crunchy goodness.
Oh, now eat this next one real slow. Slower. Oh, the H smells good.
Coming to the green flag, leader Bobby Labonte chose the outside lane. He's going with Kenny Wallace underneath him.
Great start from Kenny Wallace, who I thought he almost had him, but this will be fantastic to see if he can make that bottom lane work.
Clint Boyer in that orange car started this heat in 11th position. Oh, look at this. Keselowski with an aggressive run down low.
Clint Boyer is using that top lane like an artist. It is fantastic to watch. I mean, he is killing it right now. But look who's also in fourth. The person who started last, Jonathan Davenport.
And Clint Boyer, who started next to him in the back, is right ahead of him. Brad Keselowski tried the bottom side. A little tank slapper there, but he held on to it. Nice save.
Ernie Francis Jr. also having a great run here. Good to see him back in this championship as well.
Absolutely, just picked up a spot. He's running fourth. Labonte, Wallace, Boyer, Francis, Davenport, Keselowski, depending on how they come off the corner. And Ryan Newman trying to make his way toward the front a little bit. Matt?
And when you look at Newman, he's been running the bottom, he's been running the middle. Newman trying to close out the season with doubling up on trophies here tonight, but he told me during that break he's got some work to do. He doesn't have the forward bite that he needs off the corner, but so doesn't everybody else. The biggest thing, his car is just too tight, looking to make adjustments at the brake, but he was trying to be a little more conservative on the bottom. Now he's just trying to search around for moisture, for grip.
He'll try the bottom there. See if he can get around on Marco Andretti in that number one. Check up front. Bobby Labonte in the white car leads. Kenny Wallace in the yellow is second. Clint Boyer in the orange is third.
You can see a little bit of a glaze to this track. That's as these dirt tracks kind of rubber up a little bit and they clear all that heavy dirt off the surface. It definitely gets slick. That's why you see a lot of cars running up high right now trying to find grip. Clint Boyer's been good at it, but he still can't quite get to the lead. And Kenny Wallace is also making the middle work.
Had one get around, Brad Keselowski, and we're under caution. Second time in our second heat race. The car looks pretty clean. I don't see any wrinkled up bumpers or fenders. There's Brad in the blue car.
Oh, yikes. A little bit aggressive on that right pedal.
Here's some Tony Stewart's on board.
I cannot stress to you folks at home how difficult these tracks are to drive. I am not a dirt racer, but I have done a few races on dirt, and I look like a complete clown. So I respect everyone out here right now.
Now this is quite some facility, this Lucas Oil Speedway. Look at this place, and it is jammed. And that's been a story of our Camping World SRX Series Tour this summer, and we so appreciate everybody that's come out to see the racing in person and watched on the television. And these folks tonight have been enthusiastic, and they're getting a show.
Absolutely.
So far.
Look at what Jonathan Davenport is doing here. He's just the only one going down to find the dirt, maybe cooling down his tires. He's an experienced veteran. I love to see it.
Davenport is going to line up on the inside of row 2. So they do the choose here in the SRX Series. Bobby Labonte chose the outside lane. Kenny Wallace chose to go inside of him in row 1. Clint Boyer chose the outside of row 2. Davenport will take the inside of that row. And you see the movers in this second heat race, the two guys who started in the last row, Davenport and Boyer, running in the second row now.
Yeah, you knew Clint Boyer was going to stay up top. He bought real estate up in that top lane. He's enjoying it so much.
So 10 green flag laps to go against that 14-minute clock in our second heat race.
Clint tried to get a jump. He got into the back of Bobby Labonte just a little bit, but great side-by-side battle here.
Oh, they're 3 wide spread out behind him. As here comes Boyer to the outside of Kenny Wallace for second. And Davenport looks low.
Kenny Wallace is desperately trying to make the middle lane work. It is so slick, and he knows Clint Boyer is there. He's got to try to find some grip to get away from him.
By the way, Bobby Labonte's loving seeing these guys race for second. He can try and get away.
And Bobby Labonte, he, after talking to him after some of these races, he's had a tough season in the SRX series this year. He was very, very quick last season, but I'm sure he's feeling great leading right now in that Sports Clips car.
Our pal Benny Parsons used to say, the guy that wins has the most fun.
That's just science.
Yeah.
Ryan Newman's going to have more fun than anyone, though, because he's already got a trophy, and he'll have a giant bottle of Camus wine waiting for him, too, after this night.
Yes, he will. So for second place, they race as Labonte leads. And with 6 laps to go now in our second heat race. Can pretty much be assured that Clint Boyer and Jonathan Davenport are going to start up front in the main, because they finished up front in the first heat and they're running up front in the second. Haven't seen smoke up the front yet, Matt.
And when Connor spoke to him, Stewart debriefed about his race car. It's not much better. Tony says, I don't know what to tell you, to his crew chief down here on pit road. The car simply does not have any bite off the corner. Meanwhile, that blue #1 car right in front, Marco Andretti, he's at this point 1 point ahead of Stewart as we run right now, and he told his crew chief, keep me abreast of where Stewart is. I want to know where he is at all times, because he's trying to take over and lock in second in points.
Main event's going to be a little interesting, I think, based on the racing we've seen in our heats so far. Coming to 3 laps to go now that Boyer has cleared Kenny Wallace for second. Running out of time to chase Labonte down, as you see Marco Andretti trying to get around Ernie Francis for 5th and 6th, and there's Tony Stewart just mired back there in 8th place.
Marco doing a great job here. Great race with Ernie Francis Jr. Marco cares so much about this racing series. He loves putting in the work to try to be successful here, and it'd be great to see him on the podium again tonight.
And Marco, another one of those guys that had never raced anything on dirt in his entire life until he came to the Camping World SRX series.
That's a shock to the system.
So here they come to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Bobby Labonte in white. Clint Boyer in orange. Can Labonte get a heat race win? Can Boyer find a way to make a last lap pass?
Is there a slide job approaching?
Final corners here.
Not yet. He's saving it for later. Oh, Bobby got a little wide there.
Slipped in a little high, but he's going to have enough to hang on. Bobby Labonte wins heat race number 2. Clint Boyer second. Kenny Wallace third. Jonathan Davenport fourth. And Marco Andretti is 5th.